Hey guys, I'm probably going to break protocol tonight. I won't get into the specifics, but I'll give you something to get excited about. I probably shouldn't. Tracy's probably stressing right now, thinking I'm going to get reamed out by the other partners, and I probably could, but I'll give you a little bit of something tonight anyhow. I'm not going to get into the monetary particulars. That's right, have a drink there, because we're all going to be choking here in a minute when I open my mouth. Hey, I probably shouldn't do what I'm going to do tonight, because I'm going to be up the creek. But you know what? I am usually up the creek with people on the internet anyhow, because I'm kind of like the rebel of the industry. So anyhow, I'm going to do it. I'm excited. I'll give you just a little bit tonight, because everyone's kind of pounding me saying, hey, are you going to announce it? And the truth is, I'm not going to announce all of it, but I'll let you know one thing about it that's really cool. I really can't get into all the detailed particulars just because of the legal jargon, but it has been approved. The concept itself has been approved, and the partners want to follow through with it. I won't talk about the monetary side of it, but I will tell you one component of it that will just rock the planet. It's got to. I mean, I think it should, or else, something is seriously wrong. So tonight's the night. I want you to circle your calendar, because I'm probably going to get reamed out after this call, but it's not going to be the first time. It's not going to be the last time, and I'll probably do it over and over again. So anyhow, first off, I want to thank you all personally for supporting the call tonight. Welcome to the live presentation here on Zoom. For those of you that are in the Facebook group, welcome to the Facebook group. Nice to have you here tonight. You're going to see some of the recordings on it. We're going to talk about the biggest solution to the problem in network marketing. I've been in this industry for 45 years. I know many of the top money earners in the industry. I myself got to experience that and live a pretty good life because of this industry. So, I know I got my finger on the pulse is what I'm trying to tell you. We know what's going on, and off the record conversations that are not made for public consumption or distributor consumption. Everybody knows the industry's flat, nothing exciting out there. Bunch of hype, bunch of smoke and mirrors, bunch of this, bunch of that, but nothing that's really taking the industry by storm that is legitimate. When I say legitimate, I'm talking about going through the legal channels of approval and being registered and, in operation as we know it. There's a lot of companies out there that are just kind of flying under the radar. But again, the industry is very stale, very boring. So the biggest problem that people are having right now, and have had for years since I got started in this industry in 1978, and I remember this from hotel meetings. There was only so many people we could invite to a hotel meeting back in 1978 to about 1989. And then we kind of progressed to conference call lines. But you know what? You run out of friends very easily. Many of you know the drill. This is not your first opportunity call. You've seen many different company calls. You've seen many different presenters. You've offered many different products and services. It's always a same concept, different label, different product, different ownership. Nothing's new, nothing's different. It's all the same. We just have to hype it with a different color of the website, maybe change the numbers in the comp plan, but it's pretty much all the same. But the biggest problem after doing that stuff for a number of years is the only thing that's happening to us is we're going into more financial debt in a lot of cases, and we're getting a little bit older. And I think that's got to stop. Personally, I think that has to stop. I'm tired of the aging process, really, really am. I'm tired of seeing good people like some of you that are on this call that I know personally aging and really not getting what you wanted out of this industry. You've been here for about 10, 15, 20 years, and nothing's changed. It's still the same conversation we had 20 years ago. So it'd be really nice to see those things change. And the only way I know how to make things change is to basically correct the problem. So if somebody's got cancer, and I'm not here to talk about cancer, you deal with the problem. You don't try to mask it over. You deal with the problem, and hopefully you beat it. Well, this industry has had a cancer for years. It's called dysfunction. Recruiting dysfunction only equals dysfunction. And many of the top leaders in the industry that many of us know and follow, they're the biggest part of the problem in the industry, because they are basically keeping people from making money if you really take a look at what it is they're doing at a real deep forensic level. Okay. And I'm not saying, there are some really good guys and gals out there, but many of them are feeding people the same Kool-Aid that's been dished years ago. It's just they changed the words, that's all, but it's the same meaning. So in order for things to change, I'm tired of hearing that people have to change. In order for things to change in this industry, the industry needs to change, and we're going to change that right here tonight. So welcome to We Got Friends, the biggest problem solver in the industry. Every company owner should be kissing our butts, thanking us for what we're doing to help the growth of their dead downlines and their dead companies. And I can prove that to you beyond a shadow of fact that, you know, you're going to know this by the time you get off this call tonight, if your first time on here, you're going to know this beyond a shadow of doubt, you know? So with We Got Friends, what we are doing is we're eliminating the NFL club. There are no more NFL clubs when you work with us. No more will you have to deal with, I don't have anyone to talk to. It's one thing to get money out of people. It's another thing to give them prospects. We've created a 100% turnkey package. You don't have to advertise. You don't have to promote. You just need to get back to people that are asking for information. Are all the people going to be perfect the way you want them to be? Absolutely not. Probably 8 out of 10 would be for me because I know how to get into people's heads. I know how to handle people on the telephone like nothing. No anxiety, no heart palpitations. I own people on the phone. That's my attitude, and that's the way the conversation usually goes 8 out of 10 times. So, but when you're brand new at this, it's going to take a little practice, but the good news is you don't have to be on the phone with them. We have the marketing systems to supply you the leads that I'll talk about here in a second. They can be texted, they can be emailed, and we have the letters, we have everything turnkey to hit these people over the head with. And the best part about it is, the greatest salespeople in the world. I'll tell you something about us greatest salespeople in the world. We never have to ask for money. People beg us to open up their wallets and buy something. That's when you know you're in the stratosphere of sales or around great salespeople. If you have to beg people for money, convince people to take money out of their pockets, you've been trained by useless mentors and trainers. And we'll talk more about that along the way, okay? I have no problem saying this stuff. I love saying this stuff. And then the next obstacle is, how do you close people? Well, the beautiful thing about this business opportunity is you don't have to ask for money. You don't have to close people. You can tell them, but you're not going to beg them. You're not going to convince them. People with this business opportunity are going to close themselves on their terms the way they want it. And that's a beautiful thing. When we put this concept together, I'm the hardest close in the world because I know every psychological move in the book. I know every line in the book. But I'll tell you, when I saw this concept, when we were instrumentally putting it together, I closed myself 1,000 times over. And I got to tell you something, I'm excited to see this concept now enter the home-based business industry. It is so much needed to help people get to where it is they really want to go before we graduate and leave the planet. All right. So if you got a couple things on your bucket list, you got to get out of the way, you're on the right call. And if you're pretty happy with where your life is, you're still on the right call. All right. So you're going to love this. So we've got two of the biggest components in the world addressed: buyers, customers, prospects, and the closing psychology of getting people to say yes. Look at that picture there. You know what she's doing? She's on social media and she's saying, get your link out of my face. I'm tired of hearing from you. And that's what all the people usually on social media are experiencing when they're trying to build their businesses. They become discouraged. They want to quit. They want to give up. And then they start using language like everything's a scam. It's not a scam. It's just you don't know what you're doing because you were never taught by anyone that knew how to teach you. And I don't care what their name is, how many seminars they've done, they still suck. All right. So it's about time you get trained the proper way. Obstacle number 2, I think I said it. So we're all good. Perfect utopic environment right here. Okay. Now, here's how this works. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this not from the mindset of a broke person. I'm going to tell you this from the mindset of an 8-figure, not 7-figure, an 8-figure money earner in this industry. I'm not into 7 figures. I hate the number 7, to be honest with you. But anyhow, here we go. So with this company, this is the way it should be for everybody in network marketing. You join a company, it's free. You never have to manipulate people on a 30-day money-back guarantee. That is so snake oil, so outdated, so like, come on, give me a break. All right? That's not how you do it. In multi-level marketing, you let people pre-enroll for free. If I was a corporate executive, this would be the perfect model. Let them all come into all your companies for free. Let them sit for 90 days. Take a tour, absorb. But we as a company, as a corporate, we bomb the daylights out of them with a fun-loving propaganda, so to speak. And I have to use the word propaganda. It may not be the right word, but for tonight, it's the right word. We keep bombing them and give them the fear of loss. And you'll understand the key components, fear of loss, tonight as I take you through the compensation plan. This is not one of those old, stale, static comp plans that every company has. We have innovated the industry, saw this in 2000. I used this comp plan in 2015 to put 487,000 people in my team in 74 days. Nobody in the history of network marketing has ever done that before. So you are on a different call tonight. Okay? So here's the deal. The perfect utopic environment, let people come in for free. Let them evaluate, assess, just like they're looking at the purchase of a brand new house. Look at it, walk through it, take your kids through it, take your wife through it, look at all the sources, but you don't pay. All right, so you're in for free. Now you're starting to let it saturate and let it marinate into your cellular structure. It's all becoming a part of you in the mind, deep down in the mind of your subconscious. It's becoming a part of you. Now, wouldn't it be great if the company said, hey, you can enroll for almost next to nothing, like lesser than the cost of 4 pizzas, be trained by some of the best in the world, have the best software in the world, have the best concept in the world for less than the cost of 4 pepperoni pizzas. And in return, we're going to guarantee you, when you align yourselves with us, we have the second largest media source in North America, generating over 10 to 14 to 20 million leads a month for us. Whatever we want, we can have. Well, within reason, right? Eventually, we might not be able to get like 100 gazillion or something like that, but we'll be doing really well. So every month, we will be giving our wonderful subscribers 100 new friends every single month that requested information in regards to they would like to make $3,000 to $7,000 a month utilizing an electronic device to do so, kind of along those terms. All right? So they're looking for a business because they just came out of COVID and they don't want to go back to work. If anything good came out of COVID, it taught people that going to work is not a good thing. That's where you get sick. That's where you spend money. And that's where it gets expensive. Being able to work from home, I'm just kidding, of course. If you like going to work, it's a beautiful thing. But a lot of people, believe it or not, they got their first experience of being at home and they love it. And then coupled with those 100 new friends you receive every month, we're going to give you 9th degree black belt training. 9th degree black belt training. When I look at other trainers out there in the industry, not all of them, but many of them are just kind of like SEALs. They like to call themselves Navy SEALs and baby SEALs and all kinds of SEALs. But have you noticed there are very few orcas in the ocean? Well, there's 2 orcas that are trainers here, and they are elite. I don't know too many people that can go toe-to-toe with them in the realm of selling. You're going to get access to them in the digital Hacks video training library where you're going to learn how to turn people inside out, upside down, have all the scripts. If you know how to copy and paste, there's no reason on God's earth why you can't make money here. Okay. So we got friends every single month, 100 friends dropped off into your, is that maybe the email, might be in the back office. I'm not sure how the programmer is setting that up, but you're going to get 100 new prospects every month. We'll show you how to go through them. Your digital lead store. This is really important for the federal regulators. See, my language is different than all those other conference calls or Zoom calls, right? You never hear them talk about, do they have attorneys? Because they don't. All right. The federal regulators need to be happy. And our MLM attorney has gone through all our stuff. And he goes to court to take on the government. All right. So the beautiful thing is this. When we implemented our lead store, we had a retail product line that our resellers are allowed to retail and make money with. You have to give them that option. If you're just selling memberships or just collecting money and there's no money to be made on selling products, get out the silver bracelets. All right. We got friends. You got a lead store. You will have the option. Now in the lead store, you will not be selling your 100 leads every month. If you have clients out there, they will have a menu like walking into a restaurant on your lead store. Are they looking for women's leads, stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home dads, men's leads? Are they looking for real-time leads? Are they looking for telephone verified interview leads? Are they looking for weight loss leads, health and nutrition leads? You know what I'm saying? You will have a catalog there. And as you get orders, you will be able to order them from us wholesale. You'll be able to retail them through your store to your clients. And the biggest need, want, and desire in this industry is what is called the lifeblood of this industry. If anyone doesn't understand what I'm about to say right now, or they want to dispute it, they need to get out of the home-based business industry or stop trying to influence people. Because the biggest commodity in the home-based business sector, in every business sector, is the customer. The lifeblood of the industry is people. Without people, there is no monetary exchange of anything. Your business is dead. And anyone that tells you anything different, give them the phone number for the local veterinarian's office. All right. We also have the LinkedIn Bio Club. This is priceless. In my books and my professional background, this is priceless. Oh my God. If we had this 45 years ago, if we had this 10 years ago, if I had this when I was selling $91 million in courses on the internet to people like Russell Brunson and all the big names out there, you know what? This would have been deadly awesome. All right. The LinkedIn bio savings, they say in life, timing is everything. Well, this thing is a gem. More than any other time in my life history is this needed. This fills a big void in people's lives. We are being beat up by the high cost of inflation. Our farmers, our students, our single parents, moms, dads, families, middle class are being taken to the cleaners at record numbers. We need to have a system that puts money back in people's pockets. And I'm not talking about a compensation plan or a business opportunity. We, right now, for those of you that have a little greater insight as to how the world really works outside of watching CNN or something silly like that, for those of you that have greater insight how the world really works, we are living in an information cellular society. Many of you that are on this call tonight are not even sitting in front of your laptop. I don't even use a laptop anymore other than to come to a Zoom call, but I will never use a laptop for searching or anything. I'm I do everything. My children, my bank, everything is on my cell phone. My whole universal existence is on my cell phone. And I'm sure many of you know what I'm talking about. And since we are living in a cellular society, the retail sector around us is collapsing unlike anything we have ever seen in our history of living and breathing on this planet. It is imploding. The biggest chains are moving out of states. They're moving out of cities. They're moving out of towns. They are closing up. We've seen it. You know what's going on. It's not deniable. And what they're doing is they're moving to the cellular universe because that's where they know the population of people live, breathe, and exist. So what they're vying for is your attention. And by spending millions of dollars through the traditional norms they've been doing for hundreds of years, they don't have to do that anymore. All they have to do is convince us to put their app on our cell phone. They've got a loyal customer and they save billions of dollars. You don't learn that in other Zoom calls either, by the way. Here's the other deal. By giving you the opportunity to shop on your cell phone with their app, they're willing to exchange your loyalty. They're paying you without a business opportunity attached to it. They're going to pay every mom. Let me try this. Every man, woman, child, single parent out there. That's what they want to do. They want this to go worldwide. Right now, it's not worldwide, but they want it to go They want it to go worldwide. How's that? Got the words out of my mouth. Just having a little Tourette's episode there. I don't have Tourette's. But anyhow, so look at Papa John's from $63 your invoice to $47. Hilton Nashville Airport, your invoice, you sleep in the room, you use their shower, you make a mess, and you go down to check out. Sir, ma'am, do you have the app? Yes, $50 off. Awesome. We love you. Customer loyalty. It's all brainwashing, hypnotic, and owning your customer. I'll go to the next page here. I'll give you a smaller version. So what I'm telling you is we put all these incredible, not all, forgive me for that. We put numerous apps in the back office so you can all save, or most of you save, really awesome money. And if you live in another country and you're not benefiting from the app, you can always give it away and make money, as I'm about to tell you right now. Just target Americans, all right? This is how you do it. Jamie from Ohio, he thinks it's pretty cool. He thinks this is really cool. Every time he shares his page and gets somebody to download the app, he gets $30 as a kickback. It's like a referral fee without an MLM or a business opportunity attached to it. They throw him $30. What if he does 20 of those today? He picks up $600. But not only him, the people that activate get $30 for themselves too. That's where the money's going to pay for customer loyalty, to force people. They're paying you to download the damn app on your phone. They know the biggest weakness in a human being's life is something called money, and probably death too, but money. They'll pay you to put the app on the phone. Not all of them, but some in particular. Jordan in Maryland, a young mother with children, runs them around town. Sunday school, soccer, school, choir, whatever events they have to go to, martial arts class. Jordan gets a kickback of $76 in 6 weeks. You know how many people around the world were crying the blues not too long ago? Gas in Canada was $11 a gallon. Down in the United States, $4 a gallon. People were having heart attacks over that. We haven't seen $4 a gallon in Canada in the last 32 years. That would be heaven. But my point being is now you're going to get cash back. Like cash, currency. All right? Dave from Tennessee, he's one of the partners in the company. Dave's got some really nice cars. He likes to take you for a tour in his cars every now and then in the Facebook group. And what you'll see with Dave is he's got cash, he's got money, and he likes things first class. And so what he did is he popped on a Zoom call with us one day. This was daytime. None of you were here. Tracy was there. A couple others were there. Dave says, guys, you got to check out this app. He pulls up this app and guess what happens? He punches in what he's paying his insurance company out of Tennessee. He's paying some insurance company in Tennessee X amount of dollars. He punches in all his stats and then he hits calculate. The company that he pulled up on the app saved him $345 per month on 6 vehicles. And he's got like an Aston Martin. He's got a BMW, like $120,000, $140,000 one. He's got an AMG. He's got a Maserati, all the cool things, that some of us have. And anyhow, on 6 cars, he saved $4,140, all because he went to Google one day and said, hey, guys, look at this silly little app on Google I found. Pulls it up, brings it in the room, and now he switched his insurance over. $4,140. That's nothing to laugh at. That's some serious money. But I'm not saying you're all going to save $4,000. That'd be misleading. But what I am saying is, what if you save $60, $70? Because maybe not all of you are driving $200,000 cars. But you know what? 60 times 12 is what? I don't know, $720 a year, something like that, right? That's your money that you're giving away. That's why we come in handy to every other person out there on the internet. And you can save these people a lot of money. You'll probably save people $3,000-4,000 a year, or $700 or $800 a month in some cases, all because they said yes to aligning themselves with this opportunity. So now, how do I want to address this tonight? This is really interesting. Tracy, you want to take over this part? I'll let you take the hit for explaining how this works. I just want to leave the room right now for a minute because I put myself in a jam here. Now,
I want to leave the room.
I want to leave the room, but anyhow, I'm a big boy. I can handle this. So anyhow, I'll just tell you a little bit. So anyhow, when we put this together, all right, you're talking about 6 of the brightest minds in the industry. And if not the brightest minds, definitely up there. The corporate team here is second to none. I would never see another corporate team probably challenge this corporate team. All right. That's my personal biased opinion. When we put this together, the binary, I want to tell you the real story. I want to tell you the transparent story. I want you guys to know some history here, because there's a lot of people out there on the internet that shoot their mouths off. They think they're leaders in the industry. They spend their time saying this. They spend their time saying that. He said this, she said that. Or these people are bad people and these people do this and that. Those people are bottom feeders. They don't even have enough money to even come on my street. So we don't take advice from losers on the internet. This is business. We are now in the boardroom, and I'm going to show you how we play in the boardroom. Not like a bunch of crack addicts running around promoting business opportunities on the internet, shooting their mouths off. And I have no problem telling you that because I don't like those people. All right. They're everything that this industry does not stand for. So when we put this together, we had the option of pay plans. We looked at a unilevel for about 3 seconds. No, we looked at a stair-step breakaway. Now, that's not true. We really didn't look at a stair-step breakaway because they're probably one of the worst pay plans ever created. But they did make massive millionaires, and they historically have done well, but nothing that people want in 2023. And then we looked at the Australian 1-Up and 2-Up, but they're not multi-level marketing programs. They're direct retail programs because there's no downlines in an Australian 1-Up or 2-Up. It's always a one-tier program, one person replacing another, or two people replacing another. All right. I'm teaching you because some people think Australian 1-Ups are MLM. They are not. It's virtually impossible for a 1-Up to be an MLM program, or a 2-Up or a 6-Up or any of that stuff. So it left us with 2 other options. We had the matrix in the binary to pull this off. And when we looked at it, we said, I like the matrix, to be truthfully honest with you. That was what I wanted to do until I saw what they wanted to do with the compensation plan. I said, get rid of the matrix. It's not going to work. In order to make this work to monetary maximum potential for everybody around the world, it had to be not my favorite business compensation plan. it had to be the binary. But the binary is the most effective in this case scenario to pay people. And we did it, unlike the other ones out there. So we chose the binary, and then we're sitting there, we're saying, what do we call this thing? And then I said, how about twin turbo? And then that was one of the suggestions. And then somebody's, I think there's a couple other great names in there. And then I said, what about Nitroline? And then we called it the Nitroline. So that's how it all came about in a conversation with 3, 4, 5 people. So we nicknamed it Nitroline. Doesn't really mean anything yet, but it's a binary with 2 legs. In a pay plan, you have to have 2 legs. So you have a left and you have a right. Now, the way you're looking at this right now tonight, that 25% is going to be 20% because we did something genius. All right. So for the sake of illustration purposes, let's say it's 25%. In a binary, you build 2 nitro lines, one left, one right. You put one person in the right, you put one person in the left. There is no 50-50 split here. There is no 1/3, 2/3. The right team volume seems to have the most in that leg. 1,500 BV. 480 volume will be banked because if you look at the left leg, you'll see only 1,020. Very small numbers. We got some people here that probably, oh my gosh, that have 100 times more than that. So 1,020, really, really small. The lesser leg system calculates every Thursday night, 12 a.m. midnight, 25% of a very small, minuscule 1,020 BV here, which is a joke, $255. So your $69 and your one-time $20 is covered. So it's $69.95 a month to get for us to run your whole turnkey business for you. You inviting people to the party. It's always free to come in and entertain yourself and then decide to close yourself. All right. And I'll talk more about that in a second. So that's pretty cool. Now, I guess this is where I got to swallow quickly, clear my throat, cough, shake, get nervous and all that stuff because I'm sure this is a recorded call. Anyhow, no problem. I'm not sweating it out. I live to be the rebel. So the way you make money here is, number one, we have a matching bonus. Right now, the matching bonus as illustrated in any literature is 2 tiers. No, sorry, my apologies, it's 1 tier, 10%. It's going to be 2 tiers. So that 10% is going to be divvied up a little bit in 2 tiers. It's not going to be 5 and 5. It's going to be 5 and 2. All right? Because we still needed to get a little bit more on the percentage to pull off something huge here. So you're going to get 7% matching bonus divided amongst 2 levels, 5 on the first, 2 on the second. 3-tier fast start bonus pays out 30, pays out 5, pays out 5. All right. And Dubs put together a phenomenal illustration of how much money that pays you on the fast starts. Absolutely obscene, like obscene, based on how I'm going to show you how we're going to build this. The global loyalty bonus pool. Are you ready for this? Here we go. We eliminated the global loyalty bonus pool. Now, one of the things we realized based on the fabulous recordings we put together, based on the mindset of the average person or the weaker marketers out there, we will have a binary on the back end, and we will have a global singular downline on the front end. Every person from the corporate on down to infinity will be one downline, single leg. Never been done in the history of marketing like this, the way we're doing it attached to a binary. So you can now make money on one single leg as long as you fulfill the qualifications, and they're small that I'm not going to get into tonight. And then that will feed into your binary, giving you a whole lot more. So we're paying up to 10% in the singular, and we're paying up to 20% or 100,000 capped per month, 25,000 a week. So now you can brag and say, if you see your single downline, some of you that have never had 1,000 people or 100 people, you'll probably see that you're close to 70, 80,000 people, 29, 30,000 people, and you might not have even done one thing yet. You just have to fulfill the requirement that we put in front of you to legally, federally allow you to get paid. Absolutely ingenious. So everyone thought the Nitroline out there at the beginning was one downline. They didn't know it was two, but we found a way through genius marketing to be the first company in the world that we're aware of to attach to a back-end binary. There's a company out there that's lasted for years that has done it with a unilevel. In any other company that's tried to do a singular by itself is gone. They never succeeded. Ours will and can succeed because it's a global corporate monetary pool, one line with hundreds of thousands of people. All right. And you will soon see this officially any time, but I'll be in trouble later. I don't care. Accelerated dual team bonus. That's the binary on the back end. The lead store customer bonuses. How powerful is that? We have a compensation plan. We have a concept that has no competition. We have now basically taken ourselves to another Elon Musk level and left every other company behind in the dust so we can help them clean up their mess and keep their companies alive. We will be the feeder for every other company out there. We will be the role models for every other company out there. We will be the corporate team for every other company out there. And I've got companies out there right now pounding me, trying to figure out how do we get Val Smith to defect and go over to their program. It's not happening, even with their 7-figure checks. It's not happening. I'm not a prostitute and I don't work for a pimp. I'm just a Yoda. That's all. All right. So here we go. The Nitroline automated marketing system. The Nitroline automated marketing system. What is this Nitroline? Well, it's kind of funny. It's just a nickname. But now it's a nickname for a singular leg with a back-end binary that's going to basically revolutionize commission checks. All right? We've got all the tools. So share your site. So I'll talk about this right now. I'm going to come off and show you something. I'm not going to share the screen. I want to stop sharing. Okay, so here I am. Tracy, am I in the limelight right now? I want to show you guys something. So here's the model. All right. If you follow these steps, we're going to rock and roll. Like you guys and gals are going to rock and roll. All right. So when I go into a business opportunity, I usually bring a few hundred people with me, but my mainframe, I have a basic mainframe that I work with. So what I do is I get my whiteboard out and I draw something out on a whiteboard. And so what we've drawn out here is something that is easily attainable. Now, please don't tell me you're going to set a goal to do this. Goal setting is a waste of time. Just do it. If you say you're going to do it, just do it. Don't say, well, my goal is to do this. All right. People that set goals usually are not successful. People that don't set goals and just say, I'm going to be committed to doing this, that's called integrity, credibility, and honesty. So have the integrity to say, yes, I'm going to do this. Here's your chart. This is you. And what you do is you get a piece of paper or do it on a computer program, whatever, WordPad, and put you and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is what your job is, if you like the term job, or your role or your work ethic, your application to your business. Just do this. And then make a commitment, a non-negotiable commitment to putting in 10 people into this company for free. 10. And if you can do more, God bless you. You're absolutely amazing. But no minimum than 10. So put their names in there, first name and last name. And then what you do is you tell them to do the same thing too, or tell them to come to one of my calls so I can tell them to do it for you. If you don't want to tell them, I'll tell them for you. Everybody has to do this. And if you do this, if you commit to you coming in for free and you put 10 people in for free, you've got 10 people on your team, 5 on your right, 5 on your left. Doesn't matter how you structure it. You can do whatever you want. But then in the single down line, you'll have 10 people straight down. And then what happens if every single one of those people cooperate and do the correct thing and do the integral thing and not become liars and cheats and do the same thing too? And they get their 10 people. 10 times 10 is 100. 10 times 10 is 100. And then if those 100 do the same thing and commit to 10 times, or 100 times 10 is 1,000. And if those 1,000 people do the same thing, 10,000. And if those 10,000 people do the same thing, just free enrollees, free. The company will be pounding them along the way. Zoom calls, our marketing tools are elite. Website, constant bombardment of messages from the company through autoresponders. We'll have a loading up system to shoot out emails, everything. I mean, like we're doing Armageddon here, man. We're doing like World War III. We're going after everybody. Okay? So all of a sudden you have 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 100,000 can become 1 million. So you go in the back office one day and you look at your singular downline, all these people all over the world that came in after you. You don't even know any of them. You've never had 10 people in your business before in another company, and then you see you have 247, 632 people in your downline, all because of a team effort and genius marketing and genius software. You have bragging rights. So all those little puppet leaders out there in the industry that are shooting their mouths off, for those of you that have never had 10 people in your downline, you go show them 100,000 people in your team now. They don't even have 7,000 in theirs, but yet they're God's gift to the world and they shoot their mouths off. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to be unbelievable for the average person that has never, ever, ever believed in themselves and believed they could ever be something in this industry. That's going to change. That's going to change. We are the change of this industry. We're not the followers. We are the pioneer trailblazers of this industry for all the other 7- and 8-figure gurus out there on the internet to drool over. And that's going to happen. We're here to help them build their businesses even better than they can help you build your business. How's that? Pretty bold statement, right? But it's true. And that's just the way we roll. Okay, I'll go back to sharing here. So I'm going to go back to sharing here. So I hope you got something good out of that. I hope you're excited about that. So now, you ready for this? The software is really cool. This is the only compensation plan you'd ever want to use the software with. There's another company out there that uses it with a matrix, but whatever. So here's how this works, okay? Share your site with everybody. Share the videos with everybody. Ask people to come to these calls if you wish. I can talk to people for you if you wish. You arrange for that to happen. We give everybody a free position. They have 90 days to screw their head on straight, which means they have 90 days to decide yes or no. If they say no, pray for them. For real. They walked away from a very, very valuable piece of real estate, flushed it for free when they could have sold it for a few $1,000s. Okay? They each get positioned one under another in a straight line called the Nitroline on the front end, and then they get put in the back end binary the same time too, on the 69.95 activation. However, people are coming in free. The infrastructure is building free. The database is building free. No monetary exchange. The structure is coming together. And then before we open the doors, or even after we open the doors, they go through their assessment, evaluation, feel the momentum, feel the excitement, see the interactive back office, see, the interactive software. This is not a static piece of software. the structure changes. Not the structure, I'm sorry about that, but the characters change in the structure. And what I mean by that is this. When people come in for free, they're free in there, and then they're given an option until Thursday night. They can stay in free for 90 days, and then they get purged. But every Thursday night in that 90 days, they will be notified that it's time to activate $69.95, one time $20, never pay again, one time $69.95 a month. Lock in your position, because if you don't, we don't have compression here. But what we have is leapfrogging here. And what happens is the system at 12 noon midnight on a Thursday evening every week calculates and sees the activity. And all the $69.95 sales that week will bypass people that say, nah, I'm not ready to pay my $69.95 yet. So if you're number 500 and there's 2,000 people behind you and 1,500 of them activate, 1,500 people bypass you, they become your upline. You now become the downline because something was wrong with your dinner tonight. You have food poisoning, and it's affecting your stomach and your thought process. Just kidding. So the point being is, you lose out on thousands of dollars potentially. And you lose on positioning in that global, worldwide, one line, straight line, corporate downline. Absolutely beyond insane not to activate for anyone that claims to be a business person of even a fraction of a business acumen. I'm not trying to be rude or bold or scare any of you. Well, maybe I'm trying to scare you some, but you know what? I'm just saying, like, if somebody offered me an opportunity to make tens of thousands of dollars per month and let me sit back and not have to be a superstar, you think I'm going to say no to that? No way. This is genius. So everything calculates, people are going to be getting a check. And then if you didn't happen to activate and you let 1,500 or 37 people or 200 people or 49 people or 98 people pass you, you might wake up and say, hey, I went to the bathroom, I cleaned myself out, I'm ready to get my act together. I'm going to activate. And then the next week, you will not let anyone pass you. You lock in and you stay in. And then for those of you that believe the world is not abundant and that I just can't afford it. Have you ever heard somebody say, I just can't afford it? That has got to be one of the most pathetic things we were taught by the global institution. Those words should never be allowed on the planet. I just can't afford it. The day my children say those words is the day I'm taking myself out, man. No way. My kids will never use that language. It's not that people can't afford things. Their brain is toxified with stinking thinking. All right? Move forward. You never want to be passed again. Lock in. $69.95 does not have to come out of your Hip City Pocket Bank. Name any company on the internet, and I will show you how to get involved in it without taking one penny out of your pocket. I have never paid a dime to be a part of anything in this industry in the last 25, 26, 24 years. I don't even know anymore. And it's not $1 million payoff that they would offer me to come in. No money to me, but I never have to pay money from a bank account. I'll show you how to play the game. And then when you get in, if you're making money, they take the $69.95 out of your commission check if you want them to. So you're riding the wave at no cost or burden to your family. And if you want to get paid in crypto, get paid in crypto. If you want to ignite, get involved in the company in crypto, get involved in the company in crypto. If you want to use fiat currency, take fiat currency out, whatever. We got both options here, in and out. But please don't let anyone pass you. Be smart. All right. Honestly, I sometimes I freak out and I wonder how some people even tie their shoes. You try to give people tens of thousands of dollars and they, well, I don't really know. I have to ask my spouse. No, you don't. You need to drink a glass of wine and get your head on straight. Honestly, that's how I feel about people. Like, I can't believe it. When I hear some of the language that comes out of human beings, it's not logical. So let's level up. Let's rock it out. Don't let anyone pass you. Write out a list of some of the things you want to do in the next 2 years of your life, and take that list and put it beside, your little computer in your office or wherever you work out of, and stare at it. Together, we're going to help you get what you want on that list. All right? That's a piece of cake for me. I just need to help you make it a piece of cake for you. And Dubs as well. He's a part of this too. He can, he's lethal. So we got an incredible team of people here to help you build this business. There's no excuse on God's earth why somebody can't be successful here unless they just got a lot of really, really interesting stuff going on in their lives. And I'm not going to judge those people, but you know what? They really need to be here so we can help them. We're better than counseling in some cases. All right. All right. So let's level up. Let's rock it out. Be a part of something special, something magical, something that every company in the industry needs. They're just not smart enough to know it yet. And it's only $69.95 a month. Based on everything that came out of my mouth tonight, I would pay $1,000 a month for this. I would. But that's me. And that's why I'm different. And I make more money than most people on the internet. My world's different. Do you want your world to be different? I hope you say yes. So $69.95 is not going to be a burden for you when I show you how to do this without taking money out of your pocket. All right? It's real simple, real easy. You can rock it out. No excuse. Digital Hacks Library, awesome. We got Friends Lead Store. The feds will love it. That's going to be our backbone to keeping things, on an equal level playing field. Lincoln Bio Savings Club, absolutely not a game changer, but a lifesaver. They're going to be human beings out there that'll thank you for the day you came into their lives, not hate you for showing up with a bunch of products in a box. All right? That's the difference between us and them. So with that, Tracy, any final words you can think of before we let all these wonderful people go? I know this is a long call, but it's education too.
No, it's been fantastic. And you really spilt the beans now. It's going to be total Armageddon.
Oh, yeah.
It's all great. It's time for a change. And it really is time to shake things up. So, what the best thing you can do is invite people to these calls. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, and a second call on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Invite. And that being said, I just
want to say one more thing before we go.
Of course.
Finish up. I'm sorry to interrupt you. You finish.
No, go for it.
And then I've got one more thing to say.
All right. No, go.
All right. So here, never forget this line. All right. And I got to give Dave Dubs credit for this. This is great. We're on a call again. And I said something that was political, and then he triggered it off and he said this. He said, you know what this company's going to do? He said, you know what We Got Friends is going to do that no other company can do? Not even debatable. We can make MLM great again. We are going to make MLM great again. And that's what this industry needs. And we need you to help us make this industry great again. Look forward to seeing you on the next call. Love you all in spirit. On behalf of myself, bye for now. Tracy?
No, we're good. Everybody, see you on the next call. Bye for now.
Bye for now.